Hello my friends, it's Gregory here with Old Europe Antique Home Furnishings, and it's January 29th, 2024. It's actually the first video I've done for Old Europe Antique Home Furnishings channel this year. Shame on me. But anyway, let's go over here, take a look. We're doing a little restoration here on this painting. As you can see here, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Okay, so here's this painting. This is a personal painting that I had at the house, and unfortunately it fell forward onto a candelabra and got some damage to it, so it's not even listed for sale, but I decided to go ahead and do a little repair work. Look at this guy. This is a mayor, early 20th century, from somewhere in England. I wish I knew where. Now there's another matching painting over here. And the other thing that is going to be leaving, there's a number of things that are going to be leaving, but one thing that I want to show you all is these Blacakamoors. These things are fantastic. Look at this. And here they are. These things are absolutely incredible. See if we can get a little better look here. That sofa in the background will be leaving this week. It's headed to Georgia. Early 20th century, early 1900s Venetian Blacakamoors. They would have been made in Italy. Obviously it was no longer the Republic of Venice at that point in time, but these things are just fantastic polychrome pieces of history. So anyway, these chairs are also new arrivals. I don't know if did I show you all this Bishop's chair? Isn't that neat? And that crucifix, giant crucifix. Now, when I first saw this chair, I thought, well, it's probably just an early 20th century chair. Came out of a church somewhere in France. And then when it actually arrived, I started taking a little bit closer look, and we noticed some really interesting things. For instance, look at this wood on the back. It almost looks like that's been charred in a fire. And look at that. I mean, that's definitely hand chamfered, as is this. But then on top of that, it looks like it may have been charred or burnt. It's kind of hard to say. Ron, what were your thoughts on this bench?
It's hard to say. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. It definitely looks hand chamfered. I don't get the black, which looks like a dye. That's unusual. And the other things, it looks like very, very old European oak. Dowels up in here. That's
what I was noticing. Now those dowels are just another indicator to me that it might have some age to it. Obviously that construction's been used forever for different purposes, but what about the gilding? When you look at this gilding, it doesn't look that old. It doesn't seem like it could be particularly old.
Well, like I said, you see what you had stated, it looked like someone had purchased it and wanted to use it as a hall tree, which is, yeah, you can see the outline of some of those wrought iron kind of hooks.
Yeah, that was my first thought when I saw those. I thought, well, somebody has taken this out of a church and decided to turn it into a combination hall bench, hall tree.
And the hinges are interesting. I mean, they look like they're original and they look like they're hand forged.
Exactly.
But of course, somebody in the early 20th century could find hand forged hinges and use them. I mean,
well, and that's the other possibility we have here, is that someone made this out of reclaimed materials, and that actually might be the more likely scenario.
Seems like the consensus to me.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably go with that on a conservative analysis, but
This type of this polychrome here doesn't look.
no, it's just not old enough.
No, it's not. And the design is not as ornate as it would probably be.
Right. Well, at any rate, it's a really neat and decorative piece. But here's the piece that I wanted to show you. It just came in about 2 days ago, and obviously it is a roughly 1960s sideboard, European. What a beauty. One last thing here. This RCA radio has just sold, and I can't turn on the lights because I tried to plug in an old lamp the other day and it blew the fuse. That's why all lamps are sold as is, functionality unknown and untested. I tried to test that for someone who was interested and it didn't work out too well. Okay, now I have a question for y'all. These copper cylinders appear to be either something to do with coffee or alcohol, and I am curious as to whether anyone watching might know what these are. It says the Stearns Company in Chicago, so they're American. Look like they've got some age to me. Pretty hefty pipes, might be able to handle some pressure. So if you know anything about that, let me know. And the other thing I want to show you all is this wood paneling. It's about 8 or 9 feet of it. You can see the one in front and then the one behind. But that's some pretty nifty paneling. Also got some Savonarola chairs here. Those are nice. Well, that's going to do it for this little video. I know it was kind of short, but I wanted to at least get something put out to kind of bring you up to date on what's going on here at the shop. A little bit going on here, so a few new things. I will try to get back on track over the coming months and get some more videos put out. In the meantime, please hit like and subscribe to the channel because there will be a lot more content, and we'll see you next time.